Welcome back. Today, we step away from the golden light of Olympus and into the shadows of a mortal's struggle. Perseus, a name that means Avenger. But before he was a hero, he was a son trying to protect his mother from a king's greed. To save her, he promised the impossible, the head of Medusa. A journey fueled not by courage, but by desperation. His story began in terror. Cast into the sea in a wooden chest, Perseus and his mother, Danae, were left to the mercy of the gods and the raging tides. On the shores of Seriphos, the boy grew into a man. Hard labor on the docks forged a strength that no ordinary mortal could match. But a mortal cannot slay a monster alone. The gods were watching. Hermes gave him winged sandals to outrun the wind. Athena gave him a polished shield, not for protection, but as a mirror. Because to look at Medusa is to become stone. He was given the tools of a god, but he still carried the heart of a man. To find his target, he first had to find the Grey Sisters, 3 hags who shared a single eye and secrets older than time itself. With a thief's precision, he snatched their vision, forcing the shadows to reveal the location of the Gorgon's lair. The entrance was guarded by those who failed before him, men turned into monuments of their own fear. He could hear it before he saw it. The slithering, the hissing, and the cold realization that death was just a heartbeat away. Donning the helm of Hades, he slipped into the realm of the unseen, becoming a ghost among the monsters. He found her in a place where silence was frozen in stone, the lair of the Gorgons. Through the reflection of his shield, he saw her, not as the monster the world feared, but as a lonely soul cursed by those he now served. One strike, one moment of darkness. Perseus claimed his prize, but the weight of her gaze would stay with him forever. The great beast Cetus rose from the abyss, unaware that it was staring into the face of its own destruction. In an instant, the terror of the seas was stilled forever, turned into a jagged reef of cold gray stone. On his way back, he found another soul sacrificed to the pride of the powerful. Andromeda, chained to a rock, a meal for the sea monster Cetus. It was here that Perseus truly became a legend. He didn't use his sword. He used the very trauma he carried. He showed the monster the face of Medusa. Even the depths of the ocean couldn't withstand that pain. He returned not as a victim, but as a kingmaker, ready to end the tyranny that had threatened his mother. With one final reveal, the room fell silent. Justice wasn't served by the sword, but by the gaze of the monster he had conquered. Perseus returned home, not as the boy who left, but as a man who had looked into the abyss and survived. He turned his enemies to stone and fulfilled his vow. But the lesson remains. We all have a Medusa to face. We all have chains to break. Will you use your reflection to win, or will you let the world turn you to stone? Perseus didn't start as a legend. He started as a son with no choice, facing a task designed to destroy him. But he understood something we often forget. The monsters in our lives aren't there to stop us. They are there to show us what we are capable of becoming. You might feel like you're drifting in a wooden chest in the middle of a storm right now. You might feel like the Medusa in your life, your fears, your past, your anxieties, is turning your dreams into cold stone. But remember Perseus. He didn't fight the darkness by looking at it directly and letting it paralyze him. He used his reflection. He used his tools. He turned his greatest trauma into his greatest weapon. Your Medusa doesn't have to be your end. It can be the very thing that turns you into a hero. Stop waiting for the gods to save you. Pick up your shield, find your reflection, and start sculpting your own destiny. Thanks for walking through the myths with me. I'm Emma. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next legend.